Have you ever grabbed a handful of nuts thinking they're a healthy choice, only to wonder later if all nuts are really good for you? The truth is, some are great for your heart, brain, and energy, while others can sneak in too much salt, sugar, or unhealthy fats. In this video, we'll share 4 of the best nuts to enjoy regularly and 4 you might want to avoid. Stick around and we'll help you snack smarter, feel better, and take one more simple step toward healthier aging. If you find this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell for more practical wellness tips right here on Nutrition for Seniors. Let's get started. 1. Pumpkin seeds, nature's crunchy little healer. You know, I still remember the first time I bought a bag of pumpkin seeds at a small farmer's market in Vermont. It was fall, the air smelled like leaves and cinnamon, and the sweet woman behind the stand handed me a tiny scoop to taste. "These saved my knees," she said with a chuckle. I laughed, not quite understanding what she meant. But now, years later, I finally get it. Pumpkin seeds, also called pepitas, are more than just something you scrape out of a jack-o'-lantern. They're flat, green, and have this satisfying crunch, but their real value? It's hidden inside, where they're packed with magnesium, zinc, iron, and powerful antioxidants like vitamin E. These tiny seeds work almost like quiet helpers in your body. Magnesium, for example, helps calm your nerves, regulate your heartbeat, and keep your bones strong. As we get older, magnesium deficiency becomes surprisingly common, and it's no joke. It can cause everything from muscle cramps to high blood pressure. Iron, on the other hand, supports healthy blood and energy levels, while zinc is crucial for immune function and tissue repair. But here's where it really hits home for us folks over 65. Pumpkin seeds support the things we struggle with most. Trouble sleeping? Magnesium helps relax muscles and nerves, making it easier to drift off and stay asleep. Achy joints or bone thinning? These seeds provide essential minerals that aid in bone density and reduce inflammation, easing stiffness in the morning. Worried about your immune system, especially in cold season? Zinc is your friend. It's like a daily armor against sniffles and slow wound healing. And the best part? You don't need to overhaul your diet to get these benefits. Just a small handful, around 1 ounce, sprinkled over your morning oatmeal, mixed into yogurt, or even tossed into a soup can make a difference. Some nights, I even nibble on them with a little sea salt while watching the news. They're so simple, so satisfying, and they truly feel like a gift from the earth. So the next time you're reaching for a crunchy snack, ask yourself, is this just food or could it be medicine in disguise? Pumpkin seeds have certainly earned a permanent spot in my pantry and in my heart. Now that we've gotten a taste of what these tiny green gems can do, let's move on to another small but mighty seed that brings big benefits in a different way. 2. Chia seeds. Tiny seeds, big piece. It's funny how something so small can make such a big difference. I remember one morning a few years back, I sat at the kitchen table sipping my coffee and rubbing my temples after another restless night. My joints ached, my stomach felt heavy, and I hadn't had a proper bowel movement in days. Maybe this is just what aging feels like, I thought. But deep down, I didn't want to accept that. Then a friend, someone a good 10 years older than me, but with more energy than I'd had in decades, told me about chia seeds. "They've become part of my morning routine," she said with a smile, stirring a spoonful into her oatmeal. I figured I'd give it a try. And what a game changer. Chia seeds may look like little black dots, but they're filled with omega-3 fatty acids, fiber, protein, and antioxidants. When soaked in liquid, they expand and form a gel-like texture that's incredibly gentle on the digestive system. The omega-3s work like tiny fire extinguishers, calming inflammation in the body, especially in the joints and blood vessels. And that fiber? It keeps things moving. I'm talking about smoother digestion, fewer bloating episodes, and far fewer days of discomfort. For seniors like us, those benefits go a long way. That daily fiber boost supports regularity, which, let's be honest, is something we don't always talk about, but deeply value. The omega-3s help protect the heart and even support brain health, especially when it comes to memory and focus. I've also noticed that on the days I eat chia, I feel more balanced, less hungry, more satisfied, and even keeled throughout the day. You don't need to do anything complicated. My go-to? Mix 2 tablespoons of chia seeds into a glass of almond milk, add a little honey and cinnamon, and let it sit for 10 minutes. Voila, chia pudding. Some mornings I add it to yogurt, other times I toss it in smoothies or sprinkle it over toast with nut butter. It's effortless and nourishing. Like breakfast is giving you a gentle hug from the inside out. There's something comforting about knowing that one tiny habit can help your body feel a little more like home again. And for me, chia seeds do just that, but we're only getting started. If you're someone who's looking for a protein-rich, nutty-flavored seed to support strength and vitality as you age, then you'll love what's coming next. 3. Hemp seeds, the gentle strength giver. I still remember the first time I heard about hemp seeds. I wrinkled my brow and said, "Isn't that, from that plant?" My grandson laughed and said, "No, Grandma, this is totally different. It's all nutrition, no funny business." I was skeptical but curious, and I'm glad I stayed curious because what I discovered was one of the most nourishing, senior-friendly foods I've ever added to my diet. Hemp seeds are soft, creamy textured, and have a subtle, nutty flavor, easy on aging teeth and gentle on the stomach. But don't let that softness fool you. These seeds are powerhouses. What makes them truly special is that they're a complete protein, meaning they contain all 9 essential amino acids our bodies can't make on their own. That's a rare thing in the plant world, and it makes hemp seeds a perfect option for older adults who may not digest meat as easily as before or want to cut down on animal products. Protein is everything when it comes to aging well. It supports strong muscles, healthy bones, tissue repair, and even immune strength. Many seniors don't get enough of it, especially women, and that's one reason we see muscle loss, weakness, and slower healing. Hemp seeds quietly fill in that gap, all without any heaviness or digestive upset. But there's more. Hemp seeds are also rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, and what's truly magical is that they're in the right ratio. This balance helps fight chronic inflammation and supports brain health, yes, even memory and mood. Ever had one of those cloudy days where you just feel slow or forgetful? These seeds can help lift that fog. They're also a great source of magnesium and iron, which support energy, sleep quality, and heart rhythm, 3 things that tend to get out of sync with age. Since adding them to my diet, I've noticed I wake up with more strength in my legs, less stiffness in my fingers, and just a calmer, more centered kind of energy throughout the day. My favorite way to use hemp seeds? I toss 2 tablespoons over my warm bowl of oatmeal or blend them into my morning smoothie. Sometimes I mix them with mashed avocado on toast. It's creamy, satisfying, and loaded with quiet strength. They're simple, natural, and feel like food that's on your side. Now, if you're someone who's ever worried about long-term heart health, hormones, or even cancer prevention, the next seed on our list might surprise you with just how powerful it truly is. 4. Flax seeds, the quiet guardian of balance. It was during one of those long winter nights, sitting at the kitchen counter with a cup of chamomile tea, that I first opened up to my doctor about the changes I'd been feeling. Sluggishness, a foggy head, and that stubborn, uncomfortable bloating that just wouldn't go away. "Try adding some flaxseed to your breakfast," she said gently. "It's not magic, but it's close." I nodded, unsure how a teaspoon of something I couldn't even taste would help, but I trusted her, and I'm so glad I did. Flax seeds are small, brown or golden, with a slightly nutty aroma, but what they hold inside is what makes them remarkable. They're packed with omega-3 fatty acids, ALA, lignans, which are plant-based compounds with antioxidant and estrogen-balancing properties, and a unique blend of soluble and insoluble fiber. These nutrients aren't just good for anyone, they're especially powerful for us as we age. Let's start with the omega-3s. We've talked about their anti-inflammatory powers before, but in flaxseed specifically supports heart health, helping reduce cholesterol, protect arteries, and promote a steady heartbeat. But for me, the most fascinating part is the lignans. These gentle compounds have been linked to lower risk of hormone-related cancers like breast and prostate, and they support hormonal balance in general, something many women and men experience shifts in after 60. Then comes the fiber, and oh, what a difference it makes. The soluble fiber in flax seeds helps regulate blood sugar and reduce cholesterol, while the insoluble fiber improves digestion and keeps everything moving along without strain. If you've ever had days where your stomach feels stuck or swollen, you know how freeing it is when that finally changes. I began with just a teaspoon a day, freshly ground, stirred into my oatmeal, or mixed into warm cereal. Whole flax seeds don't break down in the gut, so grinding them right before eating is the key to unlocking all their goodness. Sometimes I'll even bake them into my banana bread or stir them into a little unsweetened applesauce. There's something comforting about it, like I'm giving my body exactly what it's been asking for, but in a gentle, old-fashioned way. Now that we've talked about the best seeds to include in your routine, I want to shift the conversation. Because while some seeds help heal, others, though small, can quietly do more harm than good. Let's take a thoughtful look at those next. Conclusion. A gentle reminder that small seeds can spark big change. So here we are, 4 tiny seeds, each with a mighty purpose. Pumpkin seeds to soothe your joints and lift your immune system. Chia seeds to ease digestion, support your heart, and keep your energy steady. Hemp seeds to nourish your muscles and sharpen your focus. And flax seeds, the quiet protector, balancing your hormones and gently caring for your heart and gut. What I hope you take away from all of this is simple. You don't need to overhaul your whole diet overnight. You don't need to chase the latest health trends or spend hours in the kitchen. The path to feeling better often starts with the smallest, most natural steps, like adding a spoonful of seeds to your morning oatmeal or evening yogurt. At our age, health isn't about perfection. It's about listening to your body, treating it with kindness, and giving it the little things that make a big difference over time. These seeds may be small, but when chosen and used mindfully, they can help restore balance, energy, and peace from the inside out. So why not start today with just 1 seed, 1 meal, 1 gentle change? Your body will thank you. If this message spoke to you, if even one of these little seeds gave you hope for better health and more comfort in your daily life, I'd love to invite you to subscribe to the channel. We're building a warm, supportive space here where wisdom meets wellness, and every week I share natural, easy-to-follow tips made especially for folks like us. And if you've tried any of these seeds or have a story of your own, I would be truly touched if you'd leave a comment below. Your words might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. Let's keep learning, growing, and healing together.